Live forever. That's right. I personally plan on living forever, and I'm going to share how you can do the same thing for yourself. For me, so far so good. Hey, this is Steven Lome, lifestyle medicine cardiologist. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can live forever. I mean, really forever. Walking, talking, breathing, living your life, and never dying. But before we get into those details, make sure you subscribe to my channel, turn on those notifications, make sure you don't miss any of my future videos. So let's get into it. There are two key things that you have to do to make sure that you live forever and never die. The first one is critical. You need to put all your efforts into this first one, and if you're able to be successful with this first one, the second one should come naturally on its own. And you're not going to believe it. The second one is absolutely mind-blowing. I know when I learned about this, I was like, holy cow, this is incredible. It's like the Holy Grail, living forever. Now, the first thing that you have to do to make sure that you live forever is be healthy so that you don't die from some preventable disease like a heart attack or a stroke or some diet or lifestyle related cancer. In order to do this part, you need to learn the concepts of lifestyle medicine. Lifestyle medicine has 6 pillars involved in it. Those 6 pillars are nutrition, physical activity, restorative sleep, social connections, avoiding risky substances, and stress management. If you're able to put all these together, you're going to knock your heart attack risk down to close to 0. You're going to knock your stroke risk down to close to 0. And your cancer risk will be dramatically reduced. And that is the first key thing. Let's get into some details really quickly about how we can make this happen for you. You may have heard about this book called How Not to Die. And no, this is not the absolute key. This has nothing to do with the second part of how to live forever. Stay tuned for that one. This book, though, is pretty much how to not die from preventable diseases using a lifestyle medicine approach. And a lot of people look at this title and they say, geez, it shouldn't be called How Not to Die. Everybody's going to die, right? Well, maybe not, because again, I'm going to show you the key. But what it does is it really helps you to prevent all those lifestyle-related diseases. And maybe it should be called How Not to Die Prematurely, but really we're going to turn this all into How Not to Die Ever with Part 2. This book has 15 chapters going through all the different leading causes of preventable death. Let's really quickly summarize all of them, and I'll give you some of the little tidbits and some of my interesting pointers. First and foremost, my favorite, Chapter 1, How Not to Die from Heart Disease. Well, I've talked a lot about this before. Check out my video on lifestyle medicine and heart disease. It's pretty much focusing on diet, exercise, and good sleep, eliminating processed foods from the diet, dramatically reducing animal-based foods, and increasing unprocessed plant-based foods, getting as close to the Ornish diet as you possibly can, getting your LDL cholesterol down, and protecting your endothelium from damage. If you know my other videos, you know how I've talked about this many times before and how critical this is, because heart disease is the #1 cause of death in America, and prevention is absolutely key. Let's get into Chapter 2, How Not to Die from Lung Diseases. Well, the obvious thing is stop smoking, but a lot of people don't realize how diet really impacts lung disease, specifically asthma. Eating your vegetables, ditching dairy products has been really shown to help with asthma. So don't smoke, eat your plants, and avoid dairy. Chapter 3, Brain Diseases. A lot of people don't realize brain diseases such as dementia, Alzheimer's, vascular dementia, they have the same risk factor profile as heart disease and stroke. Dr. Ornish is doing a lot of research on this now, yet to be published, going to happen soon. He's excited about it, but really doing the same type of thing, eating healthy, exercising, maintaining a healthy weight, and avoiding risky substances. Taking the lifestyle medicine approach really gets into reducing brain disease and dementia risk. Chapter 4, Digestive Cancers. Eat your fiber, eat your plants. Avoid red meat, avoid processed meats. They are very strongly linked to digestive cancer, including colon cancer. Turmeric has been shown to really reduce digestive cancer risk. And get this one, here's my favorite, black raspberry suppositories. Don't try this one at home, but yes, researchers took patients with familial polyposis, tons of genetic-related colon polyps, gave them black raspberry enema. They had dramatic reduction of the number of polyps. Didn't work as well when you eat them, but don't try this at home, please. Berries have a lot of protective phytonutrients and antioxidants, and yes, eating your berries can reduce the risk of digestive cancers. Chapter 5, Infections. Same type of thing. Avoiding meat. There are a lot of viruses and bacteria on animal-based foods. They're very dirty, and meat, especially poultry, is very strongly linked to urinary tract infections. And perhaps more importantly, avoiding meat so that antibiotic resistance doesn't become a big thing in the future. Livestock are fed so many antibiotics to keep them healthy, and that is breeding antibiotic resistance, which then is going to make it harder for us to treat infections in humans as bacteria eventually becomes resistant to these key critical antibiotics that even humans need. Chapter number 6, how not to die from diabetes. Well, it's kind of the same thing again with heart disease. Exercise, eat healthy, maintain a healthy weight. Really, research has shown by Dr. Neil Barnard that a 100% whole food, plant-based, low-fat diet, which is high in carbohydrates, is superior to the American Diabetic Association diet in controlling blood sugars. So again, eliminating processed foods and reducing animal foods, keeping it unprocessed, high carb, low fat, which is similar to Ornish, can help with diabetes dramatically along with other lifestyle changes. Chapter number 7, hypertension. No surprise here, pretty much the same thing. Eat healthy, exercise, maintain a healthy weight. See a pattern here? There's some other things with hypertension though. Alcohol is critical to avoid, and you want to make sure you sleep good because good sleep is very important for blood pressure, especially sleep apnea. If you have sleep apnea, you need to get it treated, but the number one thing to do to make sure you don't have sleep apnea, losing weight. Chapter number 8, liver diseases. The obvious thing, don't drink alcohol. But a lot of people don't realize another leading cause of liver disease is called NASH. Non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which is from over-calorie consumption. Chapter number 9, blood cancers. Eating your greens, eating your berries have been associated with a reduction of leukemias and blood cancers. Avoiding poultry, because there's a lot of poultry viruses that are highly associated with these leukemias. Chapter 10, kidney disease. Well, hypertension is one of the leading causes of kidney disease. And so is diabetes. So the same things we talked about for hypertension and diabetes are really going to help your kidneys as well. Eating your plant-based protein and avoiding the animal protein is important for your kidneys. We've seen the studies of animal-based protein versus plant-based protein on mortality. Removing the animal protein and inserting plant protein instead reduces your mortality no matter where the animal protein comes from. And part of that is related to protecting your kidneys. Chapter number 11, breast cancer. We know a lot of breast cancer is preventable by avoiding alcohol, by exercising, by losing weight. And of course, the losing weight, healthy eating is important. There is a statement from the American Institute of Cancer Research that says that we really need to focus our diet predominantly on whole, unprocessed, plant-based foods. Eat a plant-based diet for breast cancer prevention. Number 12, suicidal depression. This is something that really blew my mind away. Research really shows that a lifestyle medicine approach for depression is more effective than all the medications that doctors tend to put their patients on. Exercise is important. Good sleep and eating your vegetables alone has been shown in one study to reduce the risk of depression by as much as 62%. Chapter number 13, how not to die from prostate cancer. Well, Dean Ornish's name pops up here again. Using his program, he showed that early stage prostate cancer is actually reversible. When people have an elevated PSA and biopsy-proven prostate cancer, go on his program, which is whole food, plant-based, low-fat, exercise, good sleep, and wellness, the PSAs go down and the early-stage prostate cancer is reversed. Chapter number 14, Parkinson's. This one's a little bit more complicated. Parkinson's may be from many different things, but a lot of it is toxic exposures to different chemicals and substances in our diet. One of the most important things is called dioxins. And 95% of dioxins in the American diet come from animal-based foods. So avoiding the animal-based foods and eating more plant-based is a key to Parkinson's prevention. There's also a lot of research about tobacco increasing the risk of Parkinson's, dairy products being linked, and eating your berries, again, here come the berries, can lower Parkinson's disease risk. In chapter number 15, how not to die from doctors, from iatrogenic causes, meaning something that we actually caused. This statistic is mind-blowing. 106,000 people every year at least die from iatrogenic causes, from medication mistakes, complications of procedures. So one of the ways to not die is don't get sick enough to where you need medications or you need to be in the hospital. It's important to know the author of this book, How Not to Die, doesn't make a penny from this. Every single dollar he makes is donated to charity. Unbelievable. In order to put this into practice, he created an app called the Daily Dozen app. A dozen things you should be doing to make sure you're following all these things and doing what you can to try to not die from these 15 causes. Eat your beans and berries and fruit, your cruciferous vegetables and greens, your veggies, your flax seeds for your omega-3s, your nuts, your grains, and your spices. Make sure you exercise and drink your water. And in the app, it's nice and easy to use. Every single day, you have these check boxes that you can check to make sure that you're doing all of these things. Now, the only thing that I would add would be there should be more check boxes that say, I didn't smoke cigarettes, I didn't drink alcohol, and I didn't eat any processed foods or animal-based foods. Because not only is it important to eat these things, but it's important to avoid the things that cause the harm as well. I know you guys are waiting for number 2, so let's get into it. First, you need to eat healthy, exercise, lose weight, use lifestyle medicine, and make sure you don't die early from some preventable disease so that you can naturally see this second thing happen, which will literally make you live forever. That second thing is for you to live long enough so that artificial intelligence becomes super intelligent. Now, hear me out here. This is absolutely legitimate. It's going to happen within my lifetime, and I hope you can make it happen within your lifetime if you do the right things to live forever. Experts say that there's a 50-50 shot by the year 2040 or 2050 that we're going to see artificial intelligence exceeding human intelligence. And I absolutely love this article from waitbutwhy.com. Check it out, link in the description. It's really hard for us to understand how this is going to happen. This is a graph of human progress over time, and you see where the person is standing right down here? We're about to shoot way up when artificial intelligence becomes a reality and starts to teach itself how to become smarter. It's going to way overshoot the smartest human that ever existed in a very short time frame. And this is going to allow artificial intelligence to solve all of our health problems and make us live forever. If it doesn't squish us and kill us, that is. Experts say there's maybe around a 1 in 3 chance that artificial intelligence will be bad or very bad for humanity, so let's keep our fingers crossed there. It's really hard for us to see this though, because this is really our perspective. We're standing here on this line of human progress over time, and we can't really see this. We can't see how it's about to really shoot up, and it is. We just need to live long enough to get there. When we look at this graph, our intelligence over time, it's amazing to see in such a short time frame how we have evolved intelligence-wise all the way from something as simple as an ant, a bird, or a chimp, from the dumbest human to Einstein, took a very short time frame. Now, once artificial intelligence becomes human level and teaches itself to be smarter, it's going to shoot way up, and it's going to be so smart we won't even be able to comprehend anything that it's thinking because it's going to be so high above us. Either it's going to squish us like ants, or it's going to see us like an ant and say, geez, who cares about the ants? They're not a threat to me. Who knows? Let's see. How is artificial intelligence going to make us live forever? Well, there's a lot of different ways that it could potentially do so. A lot of people think it's through nanotechnology, these little nanobots that can literally be going through your circulation, clean out your arteries, find cancer cells early, and make sure that they get killed before they grow, keep your telomeres, which is something that is known for longevity, nice and long, so you can keep yourself healthy. As your joints deteriorate, why not just replace your joints with a metallic joint and keep it lubricated? Now, that is going to be absolutely amazing. There's many different ways that this can happen, and I am convinced there will be a point in time, if artificial intelligence doesn't kill us, that it's going to make us live forever. We just need to live long enough to see that happen. So I'm sorry if you're 90 years old or 100 years old and you're watching this video. Maybe this isn't going to work for you. But people that are a little bit younger, definitely around my age, around 40 years old, 50 years old or so, you have a really good shot at living forever if you eat healthy, exercise, maintain a healthy weight, and just wait to see how artificial intelligence will hopefully solve all of our problems. Well, I hope you liked this video about how you can live forever. Make sure you eat healthy, exercise, follow the pillars of lifestyle medicine, and just wait. Artificial intelligence is going to save the world or destroy us all. We'll see what happens. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos, and turn on those notifications. Eat healthy, exercise, and I look forward to living forever together with you. Stay healthy.